Welcome to our channel, your source for unedited political speeches, interviews, and statements from across the political spectrum. No filters, no commentary, just what was actually said. Subscribe now to stay informed, directly from the source.
For cluttering our girls' beds with this kind of stuff.
We're celebrating National Numeracy Day, which is the only day in the UK dedicated to everyday maths. This year, National Numeracy has a theme. It's all about making money. So here we are in Guildford, looking forward to meeting some young entrepreneurs as part of the Children's Business Fair, where they're using everyday maths to build a business, build a product, and make some money and learn about numbers.
This was the original.
Yes.
Very cool.
And it sold out every time. I only had like one or two of these. And then I worked out that this is probably the trend that's going on right now. So I just expanded into what it is today. And I sell about 300 in a month.
Wow.
And the revenue for a year is about 30k.
Gosh.
Would you like numbers?
Yes.
Yeah? Is this fun putting it all into practice, running a business?
Yes.
Yeah?
So on the eco wrap we have £6.64 profit for selling for 8.
Really?
It cost 137.
That's very good.
So 137 to make a singular piece.
Good profit margin.
Wrap. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
83%.
Wow,
Okay.
you know your percentages.
Yeah.
And how
That's very
many
high.
do you sell per week, per month? How do you think about that?
So per business fair we roughly have around like 10 we sell.
Yeah.
Which gives me around like
80 pounds, yeah.
But then for the last couple of years, every time I've been to a business fair, I've also sold other products. So,
Right.
Like eco-friendly bookmarks.
Oh. Very nice. Do you make them?
Yes. So
Yeah.
they're
Oh, I
wooden
love
and
this.
got the button.
I buy all my products in big bulk so that it can last me over a few months, and I price them at £4.95.
Yeah. How much does it cost you to make?
16p.
Okay.
No way. Wow. Wow. So you're doing pretty well. Yeah.
If you can do card, then that's great. It's about, when people have confidence with numbers, it's things like this, right, that enable you to do it, and you're learning about savings. They're all great life skills.
There we go.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Yeah, just right, you know.
There we go. Is that half right?
He spent about £1,000 on his new printer from money he made at this fair. And reinvested it.
That's really interesting to hear.
I think it's when it gets exciting, isn't it? When it means something to you.
That's right. It's tangible.
Yeah, you've made the numbers and the maths mean something.
Precisely.
Yeah. And are you putting some money away in savings or bought some fun things for yourself?
Yeah. I remember, I think the first thing I saved up for was to go on a school trip.
Oh, well done.
Where did you go?
We went to Spain.
Very nice.
Right.
And you funded that through saving from the business. That's incredible.
What's particularly interesting about the business fair is that it's not sneaking numbers into their lives, but it's finding a way that it makes numbers relevant to them. So by running a business, they know that they spend a lot on their cost of product, they don't make as much money afterwards. So sort of automatically they get the hang of how the numbers work, which I think is the real genius of framing numbers in this way.
I always really enjoy doing arts and crafts, and I thought in restaurants when they give you the crayons, they always just end up going to waste.
Yes.
So I thought I could make something out of this, and I had the idea to melt them down and create letters.
And now I think I've read, have you started like a collection point for old and used crayons and...
Yes, I did. So in Zero Carbon Guildford and at Solar Sisters a couple of years ago, I started a crayon box.
Yeah.
So
People could come and
donate
Yeah.
their own
Cool
crayons.
stuff.
You're so right about all the restaurants when they give it for, we have two young girls, they used to give all the crayons.
Yeah, exactly.
They all go to waste, and you've turned them into something so fantastic.
Exactly, so I've informed a lot of people at my school and my friends about it, so often when they...
So you have no shortage of supplies
definitely.
now.
One of my biggest supplies at the moment, when I go to Centre Parks, there's a lot of restaurants there.
And you've done a deal with them, have you?
Exactly, yeah.
So Molly, your cost of making then, is it quite low?
It's really low, because I don't have to buy any crayons.
Oh my gosh, there you are. Look at that.
Well,
Brilliant.
we have to pay for that.
That is-
Like I said, it's not only so useful, but it's so beautiful.
Oh wow! This is your accounting book, is it? Let's have a look at this. Look at these. God, these are very healthy profit margins. And you're a Star Wars fan.
And we love Lego.
Right, I'm gonna get one of your Stormtrooper soaps. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's all fine.
That is incredibly neat.
We use numbers quite a lot. Obviously, calculating our profit and turnover, seeing how much our cost per soap is, and bath bombs is where we use them.
I'm Benji, the author of this book.
Of this book? You wrote it?
Yeah.
And how old are you?
9.
9? And you've already written your own book?
Yes.
That is extraordinary. Did you also bake the cookies? So you can do everything. Well, most importantly, Benji, can you sign the book for me?
These cost £26 with the case.
Yeah.
And then the notebooks cost £15.
Great.
So 26%. Are you going to do that in your head?
It's £41.
Oh,
41. Excellent.
look at that.
I think numeracy skills are so important for children, whether they apply it in their business or their day-to-day life. It's so vital. So projects like the Richmond project, I think, are really, really helpful.
We get on.
Have you been making a bit of money?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, so far
Okay.
so good?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us how much these things cost?
Yeah.
So the smalls are £8.
Yeah.
The mediums are £12, and then the trio is £18.
Came up with like the Christmas trees and the boot jacks
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
we have.
And
these
is
now.
this a mini cheese board then?
This is called like a breakfast board.
Right.
And this could
And
be.
it's like just for like tiny little piece of the bread and stuff.
Yeah. Well, you've had me at breakfast board.
Yeah.
And how do you price these things, Charlie? How do you come up with the pricing?
I look at like other websites like the Oak and Rope and White Company.
And do you price a bit lower or a bit higher?
I price a bit lower because I'm not as well known. I'm still a child.
Yeah.
And I don't have like a proper brand.
Yes.
But I just look at them and their quality, if I can say so myself, it's not that much higher. So I think if I just price it low, it's a good way to start. Then I can start getting more well known.
And then what does it cost to you with all this raw material?
To like make and packaging and everything for the Pickle Pal experience, it costs £1.55.
Oh wow.
So you're making a pretty
Great,
good
so you're
margin.
doing pretty well.
Well
That's
done.
very good.
Okay.
Well, should we? We'll come and let me grab something.
Do you know what? I know this is not pearl, but these are so unique. I might
Get one of those.
get
for
one
you?
of those
Yeah?
for myself. Yeah, exactly. We have
Perfect.
2 daughters, and I'm always buying for them.
Yeah,
so
well,
I
you should
thought,
get something for yourself
yes,
for a change.
yes.
Right, come on then. Now, what
I
have
might do this. I have some cash as well.
Is that £4?
Yeah, these ones are.
Okay, and these.
Emily, I think I may even have £4. There we go. Perfect.
Off all of the dry skin off your lips and all the dirt that your lips don't need, and makes them look really refreshed.
All right. Okay.
So do you put it on and then do you wash it off? Is it like a
so
body
you-
scrub?
Yeah, so you leave it on for, let's say, 30 seconds, and you take it off, and then you can apply the lip balm, and it gives your lips really
Fantastic.
moist.
And how long have you been doing the business side of it? You said you've been doing it since you were 6.
Yeah, but then I think we just sold at my school for the first 3 years, and then
Came
last
to
year
the
we
fairs.
started doing the fairs. I've done 3 so far.
3 fair. And
And-
how's it going? Making good
Really
money?
good. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
sold. Well, we've made £600 from the fairs.
You've made
Okay.
£600.
And you give.
That's how much profit have you made? So what was £600 of?
That's profit.
Oh, that's profit.
Yeah.
And 25% you give to charity.
Yeah, so there's a charity called Nishgam Swat,
Yes.
and they go all around the UK and feed the homeless.
Yeah.
Very
I
lovely.
think I've met some people from that charity.
Yeah, very
what
lovely.
a lovely idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, and one of their mums told me with something which was great. She said it's the most exciting maths lesson her kids have ever had. Seeing all their optimism and confidence doesn't just make me excited for their futures, makes me excited for our country's future too.
If you want to keep up with what's really being said in politics, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. We bring you